Hey there, my name is Jeff Steinbrenner and this is the Banker's Rules. Whole reason why I'm doing this is to try to help people. Something I found out about and I want to pass on. Building wealth by building your own bank, becoming your own banker. Talking about setting up a bank or anything like that. It's a private bank. It's kind of like the Federal Reserve. Anyway, not to get into politics or anything like that. That's not what this is about. This is about helping you build your wealth, whether you're fairly poor, middle class, or wherever you're at in life. If you'd like to, if this is helpful, hopefully it is. I got a book that needs improving, but Banker's Rule book. I'll put a link in the description below. And after this short intro, I have a video going over, I think the second chapter. It is the second chapter. And hopefully it's helpful. If you like it and want more content like this, please like and subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what you want to know, and I'll see what I can do to help. Hopefully my videos will get better over time. This is new to me, but I do want to help. I want to pass on what I learned and what's benefited me, and hopefully it can benefit thousands, millions, anybody, anywhere in the world. I'm putting it on YouTube. So, alright, watch the video. If you make it through the end without getting bored, good. If not, leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know if you want more content like this, so I can keep either doing this or just move on and do something else. Alright, hopefully this will help you. It's helped me, and I want it to help a lot more people. So, enjoy the video.
Alright, lesson 2, liabilities to assets. Now if you're not clear on liability and what an asset is, liabilities, you say take money out of your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket by, say, car payment, house payment, utility bills, money flowing out. If you have assets pay you. They put money in your pocket. There can still be stuff like houses, cars, but that you own the notes on, but you own the notes on it, and they pay you. Now we briefly touched on assets and liabilities in the first chapter. We talked about how I bought my car, or my bank bought my car, and I took the money plus interest that I was already paying and put it back onto the car. But this way, I was also the entity that was receiving those payments. So even though it was a liability, it went to being an asset. So I felt great driving around knowing that I had an asset that was making me money. It was a nice feeling, first thing. Now you can build up your assets the same way I did, by building up the finances in your bank, buying the liabilities you're already paying out to, and in return, you'll pay back to yourself, your bank, the money plus interest that you would have been paying out. Now some people say it's only 10, 12%, 6%, but if you are late, or if you don't really realize how many loans you really have out there, you're probably paying out, like most people, 35% or close to that of what you make is going back out. Around 35% is going into just interest alone that you're paying out of your pocket each month, each year. Now, taxes we can't avoid, but taxes take out a big portion of your check as well. So between liabilities and taxes, you're paying out quite a bit of money out of your check before you get any of it. To go deeper into liabilities and assets through this chapter, through this lesson, I wanted to go back into the fact that you can lend out your money to others against, you would make a promissory note. And with that promissory note, they will promise to pay you a certain amount, a certain interest rate over the life of the loan. Now we'll get more into promissory notes and lending your money out to others. But right now, I want you to concentrate on building your wealth, building up your money. I had made several loans to repair, like one to repair my driveway. lent myself $400. I paid myself back interest of $100. So I got back $500. I had a friend that needed money, and I loaned that $500 out to him, 20% interest. I made a promissory note. Did not do collateral. Did not take any collateral, which is more risky. But once he paid me back, and he paid me back, I set it up for a year to make it easy on him, and he paid back in less than 6 months. So I took that $600 and had it set aside in the bank, building up my money, and I had another friend that needed to borrow $600. Well, here we go. I have $600. But they had paid me back the money plus interest, and I had lent out a family member $3,000, and they paid me back quite a bit so far, but they're still paying on that. Also lend out money to myself like I would if I would be borrowing on a credit card. Use the money that I have set aside in the bank to go on vacation or buy things that I need or want, just like anybody else. But I'm paying back those to my bank, paying that money back to my bank. And in return, that credit line of credit to myself becomes an asset. It's still a liability, but it's a liability to an asset. I'm the entity. I own the entity that is paying, that is receiving the payments, therefore building my wealth. And with that, that is, in a nutshell, liabilities to assets. There's not much to go into. The next lesson will be the banker's rules. We'll get more in depth with the rules that you need to keep to govern your finances. Because we have the human factor that comes in that will block you. It'll mess things up where you want to spend this money and use it, but not pay it back. The problem with being a banker or controlling your own personal bank is that you have the power not to pay yourself back. And that's where you can get in big trouble. But with liabilities to assets, you should be able to build your wealth. I, at one point, was working 14-hour days, 5 days a week. That did help me build up quite a bit of wealth, set aside into my bank, just like the camper in the first lesson. $17,000 camper, plus the interest. My bank it's taken a while to build that up. I've also loaned out some money, so have that money coming in. That will change things as you're lending out money. But as you keep your money in, you build up your cash flow, you can pay down your assets or your liabilities. Well, like I say, I like to keep the money back in my bank so that I have it just in case of emergencies, in case I need to buy something, someone else needs a loan. I can keep that money flowing. It's not just sitting there in someone else's account and not making me any money. I like to keep my money working for me, to keep my bank flowing, keep me prosperous so that I can help others. And that's the nice thing with this concept, is that you can help your friends and make sure they're trustworthy, make sure they're going to pay you back. If you need to, get some collateral. Say, well, I'll lend you this money, but I need you to fill this out of what I will get in return if you do not pay me. It's good to keep yourself secure that way. Banking is about security. It's about financing. It's not about investing. You're not investing. You're not taking risks. At anything, you're trying to eliminate any risks. Keep your eyes on the risks. Try to eliminate them as much as possible, and focus on the ups, because you're going to have a lot less risk doing it this way. Plus, you have control. When we get into later chapters about lending against real estate or buying your own real estate, like buying a home, buy it, fix and flip. A lot of people do. I say fix and rent. You can buy it up cheap, fix it up, rent it out, and make an income constantly coming in. It may help you not have to work again, which is always a great thing. If you enjoy what you're doing, keep working. If you enjoy doing this more, then you say, well, I'm taking up a job from someone else. Let's let them have it. We'll move on. We're doing well. Once you can build up enough money that you have coming in assets, more than enough covers your living expenses and your liabilities, because you're still going to have liabilities. You're still going to have a vehicle. You're going to need maintenance. Even if it's paid off, you're still going to need maintenance. Even if you're paying it to yourself, you're still going to need maintenance. You're still going to have a place to live. You're still going to want to eat. So you're going to have expenses. You're going to have bills. There's no getting around that. But once you get to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever you're comfortable with, not having to work a job, and have enough to cover your living expenses, your lifestyle, the quicker you can get to enjoying more life. And that's what this concept is about. Being able to enjoy your life more without the stress of paycheck to paycheck or barely enough to the next check. Nobody likes living that way. It could be very stressful. Most of us have been there. I say I've been there. I ran a construction company. There's times where you didn't have nothing, and then you had so much you would turn away business just so that you could do what you needed to do. You couldn't do it all. Couldn't hire enough people and watch over them, which I did have to hire more people, and that did work well. I do enjoy working myself. You might enjoy doing what you're doing, and if this isn't building enough for you, at least it's building money on the side, building up wealth. Now, you can build up money and put it in the stock exchange. I would say dividend-paying stocks, not trying to. I'm not giving any advice on what you should do, but I am saying that I steer clear of the stock market. I've made more money with lending through my own bank than I have in the stock exchange. I've been in the stock exchange with 401k for almost 13 years, and I've made that money within less than a year, and just lending from my private bank. So, to me, I can make much more money lending money, secured by either assets, or like I said at the beginning, I lended out money unsecured, which is very, not recommended. But if you do trust the people, their family, and you know they'll pay you back, you know you can trust them and you want to help them, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You can help buy someone their car, a niece, a nephew, daughter. You can use these concepts to help build up your bank as you pay for the liabilities like college and whatnot for your kids. And it will turn into being an asset for you as they paying you back the loans instead of the government. So, benefits all around with turning liabilities to assets. It's a wonderful banking concept to be able to have that power, that security that you can take and build your wealth. We'll get into it later of bullies, which are bank-owned life insurance policies, which you can own as well. You can do the same concept where you will borrow money from them, keep your money moving, building interest, while you're loaning out money to build more interest. We'll get more into that in later lessons. But just to let you know that's hopefully that will be an itch in your ears. Oh, I want to learn more about that. Because that is where this really can shine. The hypothecation is where things can shine as well. We'll get into that in later chapters. Because that is where you'll be lending money out, and you'll be able to ramp up your lending by lending out the money that comes in as it comes in that you've lent out, building up even more finances quicker. So I look forward to getting into that information with you for other chapters.